For the Raptors this summer, Shams.
Yeah, major change. We're seeing a shift in ownership as well this summer, and the outgoing front office brass has an NBA title as well as an Executive of the Year award. Apparently that was not enough to hold off the pink slip. Pretty big changes coming with the Raptors over the last year.
Yeah, let's see if we, the North, will be relevant again soon. Now Washington starting five. Mikal Bridges is out there with Murray. Then there's McDaniels. Then there's Butler. And it's Turner in at the five. Now here's Alexander Walker. The rebound by Murray. And it's Murray with the ball for the Washington Wizards. It's a three-point game. Outside McDaniels. No good from outside. Bridges against Maxey. Pass to Kuminga. Back to Maxey. Out to Kuminga. From downtown. McDaniels with the rebound. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far.
Well, you love how Miles Turner gets into space in the paint, makes it really hard for the defender not to lean in and get some contact against Turner.
Washington shooting their first free throws of the night now. And the sense was the back half of this year's draft was a little thinner than normal. Why was that, Sean?
It's because the money is getting bigger and bigger in college basketball. And a lot of those potential late first or second round picks can just simply make more money in college than go to the NBA. So as these new rules start to regulate and the revenues potentially get shared more across the schools, potentially it normalizes a little bit. But these players in college are able to make essentially the NBA minimum, if not higher the NBA minimum, even as second round potential picks.
Good point. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic.
We talked about the mindset needed when squaring off against Jimmy Butler, and Coach said Jimmy is a firecracker. You don't want to set him off or he could explode in your face. I told our guys just to focus on the game and not give any extra motivation out there. We'll see if they prevent Butler from popping off. Back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
Terrific up-tempo play by Murray. Gets the ball, and moments later, he has a shot up.
Watson with it. Checked by Murray. Kuminga against McDaniels. Maxey on the wing. 6 to shoot. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. The layup misses.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call. It's interesting, Shams, that Commissioner Silver said injuries in the 2025 playoffs were the second lowest in a decade. But big injuries, Achilles injuries to Tatum and Lillard and Halliburton. It didn't feel that way.
No, and it's really unfortunate. Those were some really serious injuries to some seriously important players in the NBA. And given the gravity of that, it's clearly an issue that goes beyond the playoffs. I'm told the league is continuing to gather the data. Of course, player health is in everyone's best interest of the league. Adam Silver, they're paying a very close eye to this.
Now here's Murray. He has 6. McDaniels can't hit. Maxey surveys. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's on Mikal Bridges.
It's just quick and crafty. Maxey really makes it tough on the defenders.
Toronto shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line on this one. Some changes for Toronto. Mark Williams, he's checked in for Pirtle. Toppin comes in for Kuminga. And Herbert Jones is subbed in for Watson.
Boy, when you watch this guy shoot free throws, you can see very repeatable motion, and that is what leads to this kind of consistency.
Now here's Murray. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
Oh, there's the alley! And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Explosive above-the-rim player. Mr. Toppin, have at it.
And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
It's simple. Your defense has to be razor sharp on the road. You really want to take the crowd out of the game. Easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Now here's Alexander Walker. In his last outing, he had 11 points.
And a solid pick to free him up for the dunk.
Boy, the timing there couldn't be any better.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Murray with it, defended by Jones. Washington again can't hit. Outside, Alexander Walker. Bridges against Maxey. Stolen by Bridges. Butler up top. No points yet. He's off on the layup. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Toronto shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
At the line.
That free throw's good for Maxey.
You really can't understate the energy Maxey brings to his game. Not just effort level, but his attitude and how that spreads to his guys out there.
Shireman's checked in for Toronto. Now here's Alexander Walker. Toppin, a screen on Butler. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point land. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Turner, oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, there's a level of commitment that Miles Turner is showing on the glass right now. Goes hard to get rebounds and get an opportunity for the putback.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Butler covering. From the wing. The shot comes out. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Toronto out in front, up 1. And we'll be back right after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen from the Raptors, what's your take so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
I think across the board, a number of guys have done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Herb Jones out there with Toppin. Then it's Williams. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Shireman in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Toronto to kick off the second quarter.
Oh, explosive move. Sometimes Murray doesn't get enough credit for his athleticism.
Stolen by Jones. And he banks in the layup. Jones has got his first points of the night.
And they seem to have a hard time picking good shots in the first quarter, but it's all coming together now for them here.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. And it's Murray finishing it off.
Woo! When you finish like that, you deserve to brag.
Impressive, no question.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Back to you guys.
Yeah, got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. McDaniels can't hit.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
To the inside. Here's Toppin. Tries again. Oh, and there's the whistle. And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
And even with the coach's challenge in place,
The previous play is under review.
disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least
The ruling on the floor stands.
get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Toronto making a switch here. Maxey's checked in. Washington making some changes.
I think one thing that's clear with Obi Toppin is he has a drive to keep improving. He knows he's got some talent, but it's about the work you put in. Well, big man that makes their free throws. Bravo.
Now here's DiVincenzo. There's the drive, and the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And that one misses.
Well, Dante DiVincenzo, obviously a very seasoned veteran at this point, a reliable rotation guy no matter where he is.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Count it, his 3rd and 5 attempts.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
DiVincenzo, pass to Holiday. Washington moving the ball around. Now here's DiVincenzo. Barnes with a screen on Maxey. Clock at 6. Washington needs to get off a shot. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. Jones against Johnson. Maxey passes to Jones. And here's Alexander Walker. Back to Toppin. Williams a screen on DiVincenzo. And here's Toppin from the arc. Washington with a rebound. Next game against the Bulls at United Center. That'll be the back end of a 3-game road trip. Pass to Holiday from outside the arc. Nails it from 3. Holiday's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. So Toronto going with almost an entire new group here. Pirtle's checked in for Williams. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Toppin. Watson, he's checked in for Jones. Shireman comes in for Alexander Walker. Pirtle. Ooh, good work defensively by Adams. Washington has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Here's DiVincenzo. Second chance shot. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Jakob Pirtle.
Well, Steven Adams is as strong a player as there is in the NBA. Draws the contact there.
Taking 2 shots.
And now they lead as the free throw drops in for him. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Toronto. Pass to Pirtle. Here's Kuminga. Fires the 3. Adams grabs the miss.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
1:50 left in the half. Barnes with a screen on Maxey. Now here's Holiday. Takes a 3. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Toronto shooting their 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Caruso, he's checked in for Washington. And taking a look at the last 10 games, these are the teams that have attacked the offensive glass and been rewarded for their efforts. The Raptors 4th.
Well, you love the attack mindset on the glass. They've imposed their will physically.
The Raptors have gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. For 3, Maxey. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got 4 rebounds now. Well, we know you got to get going, but thanks, Shams. As always, it's been fun and informative, my friend.
BA, no problem. Always glad to join, but I got to go. I got to get to this news right now.
Man's got things to do. Always enlightening to hear from Shams. It's incredible some of the information he gathers.
It is very difficult reporting to do, and the reason why is you are constantly on the phone trying to earn the trust of your sources. And you have to be reliable and accountable for what you say. His job is not easy.
Jones, he's checked in for Shireman. Back to Kuminga. Rebounded by Johnson.
But the defense hanging in right there, making that shot really difficult.
DiVincenzo against Maxey. Johnson for 3. Drains the triple. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Maxey with it. He's picked up by Adams. Maxey passes to Kuminga. And here's Watson. Shot clock at 5. The Raptors need to get off a shot. And it's Maxey missing.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Holiday. Back to DiVincenzo. Fires for 3. Rebound Toronto. They're getting their first look of the season at Washington in this one.
These teams split the season series last year, neither making an impact in the conference overall.
So we conclude the first half. It's Washington leading by 6. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
I always like to play other good teams. To be the best, you have to beat the best. We'll see if they accept the challenge.
Iron sharpens iron. And circling back to the first half, things have not gone as planned for the Raptors.
Well, their offensive execution has been bad early. Bad. They're not running their sets. They're forcing bad shots. Undisciplined, bad basketball.
Well, yeah, I have to agree with you, man. If it's not there for you, please make the extra pass.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. One guy who's been getting it done is Jamal Murray.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point, but it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter, but you know, then you also want that vertical spacing too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
On the court right now for the Wizards. McDaniels out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Murray, then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Turner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Back to Murray. 4-3 from distance, Jamal Murray.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Maxey. Now here's Pirtle. Turner covers. Outside Watson. Turner against Pirtle. Here's Alexander Walker. And Turner with the block.
Miles Turner with that length sends it back twice on the pipes. Miles.
Now here's Murray. Defense is right there. Murray gets it done inside.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
Grant, he's built for the big moments. Jamal Murray ready and willing when the pressure is on.
Yeah, B.A., his playoff performances speak for themselves. Clutch scoring, playmaking, and of course, that killer mentality.
Murray against Maxey. McDaniels, a screen on Maxey. Kuminga against Murray. Outside McDaniels from behind the arc. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Alexander Walker's got 4 rebounds in the game. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Tyrese Maxey, a late first-round pick back in 2020. He's become an all-star. He said, quote, "I've always had that chip with me from day one. I had to earn everything I got from a basketball perspective and make a name for myself. I try hard to foresee and envision this." Brian, back to you.
The drive for greatness. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Murray finds Bridges. Back to Murray. Lets the 3 fly. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Alexander Walker's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Maxey. Kuminga against McDaniels. Outside Maxey. The shot's good. Maxey's got 11 points.
Ooh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Here's Murray. Oh, Murray blowing the top off.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Some changes for Toronto. Williams is checked in for Pirtle. Toppin comes in for Kuminga. And Herbert Jones is subbed in for Watson. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Alexander Walker, the pass to Maxey. To the paint. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Big man Mark Williams finishing with authority. A little message along with that finish.
Here's Bridges. Yet to see a basket. Murray from outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Wizards lead by 7.
Well, he's had a one-track mind this quarter, and that is score the basketball.
Pass to Williams. Pulls up. Jones misses.
Boy, that's an example of a player taking what the defense gives you, just doesn't work out in his favor, right? He misses the shot.
And while they struggle to win games, the Wizards are focused on achieving what they call smaller wins, Doris.
Yeah, I think this is an incredibly smart approach for this reason. You do not have enough yet, talent and experience combined, to win in the NBA. So you have to look for the positives as you try to develop your program, which means draft well. Player development is absolutely critical, and your ability to celebrate those smaller wins means you're making progress.
Wizards leading by 9. Outside Butler. Back to Turner. 18 feet out. And Toppin pulls it down. Toronto has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Oh, got a piece of it. Oh, stolen by Turner. Bridges with it. He's picked up by Jones. And it's in there. And now an 11-point Wizard lead.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to talk it over with his guys. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside, Johnson. Here's the 3. Connects from downtown. Johnson's got 6. Jamal Murray. He's been the guy making things happen for Washington. And this has to be his best scoring game of the season. And he's not done yet. We'll be right back after this word. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Wizards. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. We've got Toppin. He's out there with Herb Jones. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Williams. And it's Shireman in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. And so it's Washington with it. And here's Holiday. Pass to DiVincenzo. And the foul on Steven Adams. That's his first foul of the game. Raptors trail by 17. Outside, Alexander Walker. Here's Shireman, and the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Yeah, it was just a little late. I mean, he thought he got there, but the ref saw it otherwise.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Brian Keefe was saying to the team. He told his guys, quote, "Do not get complacent. No coasting to the finish line here. Stay on the gas, keep the energy up, and close it out." Coach doesn't just want them to hang on to this lead. He wants them to extend it.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Back to Toppin. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
These are the kinds of plays that can be game changers, that can make you hang your head.
Toronto making a switch here. Maxi's checked in. Wizards leading by 14. On the wing, Holiday. Covered by Alexander Walker. And Holiday powers it home.
That's a big-time power move by Drew Holiday. He is so strong around the rim.
Maxey finds Williams. Back to Maxey. He takes it in. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Johnson a screen on Maxey. And Obi Toppin gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Vanderbilt's checked in for Toppin. So for the Wizards, last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Murray against Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. McDaniels from long range. And again, Washington, no good.
Boy, another miss, but you have to say to his teammates, great job. They have picked him up all evening long.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Hey, shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
A guy like this, with the skill set he's got, you can keep the defenders guessing.
Maxey against Murray. And here's Butler outside. Vanderbilt pulls it in.
Well, he just hasn't found his rhythm tonight, partly because he's gotten fewer touches. And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Murray. And the 3 misses. Raptors trail by 10. Jones outside. Here's Maxey. From deep. Oh, it doesn't go.
Boy, this guy was able to connect from deep in the first half. Hasn't found the range since.
Murray scanning the floor. Bridges fires. He's off from 3. The Raptors have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the 4th. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Some changes for Toronto. Pirtle's checked in for Williams. Kuminga comes in for Vanderbilt. And it's Watson in for Jones. Maxey against Bridges. Here's Pirtle. Right side, Alexander Walker. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
Nice job to go at the rack and force the foul.
Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
Now Butler. Murray knocks down the trifecta.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Outside Maxey. Another shot.
Well, terrific use of the pump fake by Pirtle. He gets his man in the air, draws the contact. That move is just so effective.
That one's off.
At the line for 2, Jakob Pertl.
And the second of 2 is good. And that brings him within 10.
Listen, it's only one miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
Now Bridges. Alexander Walker with it. And Bridges picks him up defensively. Now it's Maxey. Here's Pirtle. Oh, the shake. Oh, no good on the layup.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Wizards.
They had more assists and shot the ball more efficiently. Those things tend to go hand in hand.
And that's so true. Without a doubt, their ball movement was essential to winning this game.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Jamal Murray.
This is the very definition of being in a zone. Everything the defense tried against him, he had an answer for it.
And it's Murray with the ball for the Wizards. 17 points was their biggest margin. McDaniels outside. Let's loose for 3. Oh, he cannot hit. And it looks like they just won't have enough left here at the end.
Yeah, they simply ran out of time and energy.
It's stolen by Maxey.
And looking for a quick bucket here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
It's stolen by Kuminga.
Ooh, slick move. Excellent timing and fast hands led to the steal.
And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Third team.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's an 8-point ball game. And the Raptors call time here. They trail by 8. All right, guys, what's your take?
A lot to talk about here, but hey, this game is likely out of reach.
Well, maybe it could wait until after the game because this one is over.
And so they foul intentionally.
And I'll tell you what, this game is in the books. Not quite sure why they're delaying the inevitable by fouling.
First free throw is good, and that'll put them up by 9. And Murray drops them both.
And that should do it. No miracle comeback tonight, but boy, what a game, fellas.
So we see the Wizards taking the W here. And with tonight's win, they're now 2-0 in the NBA Cup.
Yeah, just a fantastic start to the group stage. They're in the driver's seat in this group. A strong finish, and they'll advance.
And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Jimmy, congrats on the win. What did it take to get it done tonight?
A lot of heart. My teammates fought hard throughout the whole game, and everybody had a tough matchup and manned up. And, hey, we did what we were supposed to do.
Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Jamal Murray.